Hi, I'm Tim, and it's a pleasure to introduce myself as a customer experience manager at Orange Valley. In this CX team, I'm responsible for mapping out the customer journey, but also understanding the client's needs and really set up the CX strategy within those client cases. So, welcome in this video about customer feedback and when to not, but also when to listen to customers. So, before we delve into these challenges of using customer feedback effectively, let's first clarify the distinction between customer signals and customer feedback. Customer signals and customer feedback are both crucial sources for information, of really understanding the customers and the needs and their preferences. But they differ in nature on how you can obtain them. For instance, customer signals encompass a wide range of implicit indicators that cues to provide insights into customer behavior, preferences, and satisfaction levels. These signals are often derived from observed actions and interactions, such as browsing patterns, engagement metrics, purchase behavior, even social media activity. On the other hand, this customer feedback refers to explicit opinions of customers. So, comments, customer feedback, suggestions provided for customers regarding the experience with a product, service, or a brand. This feedback is directly communicated by customers through channels such as surveys or polls, maybe customer care as well. So there's the big difference between the both of them. Now that we understand the difference between customer signals and customer feedback, let's explore how we can effectively leverage both of them to enhance the customer experience and optimize the information and functionalities. Let's take a look at some examples of when it's important to listen to the customer feedback and when it's better to be cautious about customer feedback. So let's start with some examples on when it's really important and essential to listen to customer feedback. And we'll give you like 3 examples on when to do so. So imagine if multiple users are complaining about the slow loading of a website, then that's of course a clear signal of something that's going wrong on the website. So that's really a signal and a sign to start improving your website and focus on that. And another example is, for instance, request of features. For instance, in an app, if customers are continuously or multiple customers are asking for some changes on the features or functionality, that's a good sign to start thinking about acting on it. And another example is, for instance, bugs. People complaining about bugs that are affecting the website or your app, or maybe something in the product's not working properly. So that's also a good reason to really act on those customer feedback. But there are also moments when you should really second think about if to really act on customer feedback. So there are situations where it might not be really wise to act on immediately on this customer's feedback, and just let me give you a few examples of that. So if an individual user is really requesting a radical change on a website or on your app. So imagine if one of users requests this big change that is needs a major effort of the development team and maybe changes on your service or your operational level. Then it's really important to think, is this important and how much impact does this have on the organization and will we profit from it? And of course, there's still also some users that might complain about features that you've just introduced, but it's also very important to understand if this is the majority complaining about the new feature or if it's only a few people complaining about it. And another one is customers requesting a new feature that doesn't really align with your brand values. So it might also be a good feature or a practical feature for your customer, but it not will not be aligning with your values and vision of your brand. So that's also a good reason not to act on customer feedback.
This is Romo Santiago from Experiment Nation. Every week, we share interviews with and conference sessions by our favorite conversion rate optimizers from around the world. So if you like this video, smash that like button and consider subscribing. It helps us a bunch. Now back to the episode.
The different examples of when to take action or not, the customer feedback, can be categorized in various criteria, such as the nature of the feedback and its impact on the user experience, maybe the consistency with the company goals and brand identity. So let me give you a few examples on how you can categorize customer feedback to really understand what's important and what's not. So there are three types of customer feedback on when to take action. So the first one is technical issues. The second one is request for new features. And the last one is critical issues. So the difference between those three is that technical issues, most of them are feedback about slow loading times, maybe errors on the website, which effectively block the customers for to continue or proceed to their goal. Of course, the request for new features might be repeated requests from users of new features that could add value to the user experience and really improve the website or the app that you have. And the critical issues might negatively impact the user experience. So it's not only blocking them or making it hard for them, but to give a really negative experience that might also effectively result in users not using your app or your product anymore. So there are also moments and categories where you cannot really act on those customer feedback. So the first one is there's only one person giving you that feedback. So it's a sign, it's an observation, but it's not really something to act on. The second point is there might be multiple people complaining about the feature, but you have to really understand if that comprehends of it, it's that's in the same level as the customers that are actually providing or using that feature. And the third one is non-essential requests. So that are small features that really don't enhance your customer experience or really don't have any effect on the company goals that you're trying to achieve. So by categorizing feedback in this way, your company can have a better understanding on which actions to be prioritized and where you can mostly allocate your resources in to optimize those processes and optimize these features. As a specialist in optimization, it's really important to effectively handle all those customer signals, right? So not only the customer feedback, but also the signals. And I just want to give you a few guidelines on how you can act on those signals and customer feedback. Not all customer signals are equal. Prioritize signals based on their impact and on the user experience and conversion rate that it's going to impact. Focus first on signals that are likely to yield the greatest improvement in your achieving your goals. So the second step you have to validate these signals. So before making major changes based on a single customer signal, it's important to validate these signals and feedback. And this can be done, for instance, through A/B testing or polls or a survey to customers or any other type of experimentation like fake door testing. This allows you to really confirm whether the customer signal is truly representative for all other user needs as well. But the third thing you have to do is look for those trends and different patterns. So you have to collect multiple signals, the feedback, and really see what comes from different directions. So before translating a customer signal into an actual insight, you really have to look for trends and patterns in that feedback you receive. If multiple users experience the same concern, it's more likely that this is an important signal that really needs to be addressed. Be proactive. Don't wait for a customer signal to escalate before taking action. Be proactive in listening to customer feedback. Really try to get the right information and don't sit back and wait until some errors come up in the customer reviews. And of course, the most important one is really try to validate, and you can do that with experimentation. So experiment with different solutions to elevate the impact of a customer signal. So is it information that they're missing? Is it the functionality they're missing? How long should that information be and where should it be on the website? And this allows you to really see which adjustments actually lead to an improved conversion or improved customer experience. And during that improvement, during that experimentation, you really do have to be willing to adjust your approach based on the result of your experiment or your survey. So sometimes customer signals can provide surprising insights that require a different approach than you initially had in mind. So, in summary, as an optimization specialist, it's essential to take customer signals seriously, but also to validate and prioritize them before you take action. Collecting multiple observations and conducting experiments really helps you effectively respond to customer feedback and improve the user experience. Besides speaking and facilitating workshops, I also have my own newsletter called Next, which is focusing on giving insights and best practices for experimentation, but also fostering the customer-centric culture within companies. And my current focus remains on optimizing those customer experiences and really promoting a centralized platform of actionable insights. And I'm exploring AI as well to see if we can use that to optimize processes, but also really better understand the customers.
This is Romo Santiago from Experiment Nation. Every week, we share interviews with and conference sessions by our favorite conversion rate optimizers from around the world. So if you like this video, smash that like button and consider subscribing. It helps us a bunch.